Anybody see the goats under there? Hanging out? They're under there. They're hanging out. Anyways, we're working on the front end of the Samurai. Again, as always, got a lot of good things going on in the works. The good old Harbor Freight pipe bender, pipe kinker, has been getting in good use. Got 2 bends in this piece of steel right here. Weld it to the old mounts. It's just butt welded these mounts, but there will be a gusset on top and then probably some gussets on the bottom as well. In any case, I just wanted to get that out of the way before I move forward doing the tube work. And yeah, that's the kind of the front hoop, the front halo for the engine bay area. I thought about putting the hood back on and cutting the hood to fit, but I actually don't even think I'm going to use the hood. I think I'm just going to leave it off and let that be open and exposed. Eventually I might make some crossover pieces like I have on the buggy, but for now I'm just going to rebuild the rest of the front end and finish this off and leave the engine bay exposed, and that's going to be the goal. And to rebuild this is going to be really simple. As you can see, I have one little flag gusset right here. I'm going to do another gusset out to the front of the frame and then another gusset up to this bin right here. So it'll be 2 more gussets. That's going to kind of zigzag all the way down on both sides. And that's going to be the front tube work. The frame's already done. As you can see, we've got the cross member already in place. So I'm going to go ahead and knock out the rest of that tube work, bring it all together, and then we can talk about plumbing, the steering, and everything else. All right, so my usual to-do list for tube work is marking it with a piece of marker and then plasma cutting out random shapes that kind of make sense in my head. Like this is a deep little 90-degree notch right here, one side deep, one side shallow, and that's because this piece right here will fit right in here and as well right up there. And then all I do is bash that with a hammer till it's flush and weldable. So that's the way I'm going to do it. I'm going to weld this side in. The other side was my test side, and that's already completed. So that's the way those little zigzags look. And theoretically I could put some kind of body panels right here and right here, and that might look a little sharp, but for now we're going to leave it as is. All right, so the buggy is missing its hydraulic steering, and that's for a good reason. The hydraulic steering from the buggy, the orbital, and that's it actually, just the orbital, is going to get donated to the Samurai. So I'm going to go ahead and weld on a plate right here to strengthen this sheet metal, and then a mount to mount the orbital mount. So should be nice and simple. Basically just going to be a gusset kind of looking plate right there, and weld this mount to it, and then the orbital's in place, and I have a removable wheel with full hydro. So everything's in place. This is how it turned out. Let me just show you real quick first. I originally welded a plate under that without that gusset plate, and then just attached the orbital to that, and this is where the wheel sits, obviously. That proved not strong enough because this sheet metal was super flexible, so I added that one gusset piece right there, this 1/8 inch square. Added that, and it still wasn't strong enough, so I went ahead and added a whole tube gusset directly to the cage itself that ties in the flexible part. So now when I put the wheel on, there is no flex whatsoever, and it's nice and solid. So I'm gonna go ahead and paint that and move on to the next thing. Alrighty, so we have an overflow mounted. We've got some other cables organized, and we're making some progress. We put some foam on the roll cage as well, and the steering's all in place, as you can see. So I'm happy with that. Next thing we're gonna do is add a tachometer to the top of the cluster over there, and that's gonna feed into the MSD6AL box. So gonna go ahead and add that and check back in afterwards. Hey, so I know it seems like I'm ranting and I'm just all over the place in this video, and that's because I am. Got a bunch of projects. I'm finishing up a bunch of fields for the winter, putting all the like cutting tools away, putting them in storage, doing that whole 9 yards. So I'm all over the place trying to get ready for winter time here. Anyways, back to the Samurai. I am gonna go ahead and pull the radiator out. I bought a new aluminum radiator as well as a power steering cooler. So that's gonna go in place. I'm gonna pull the old one out and leave it out for now until I get that in the mail. After that, we're gonna finish setting up the hydraulic steering, running all the lines. We're gonna have to weld in this gusset to the front axle. And yeah, it should be fun. There's a couple other small bits and pieces and ends that I'll do myself. But next time you see this, it'll have a brand new radiator, steering will be done, and we'll start working on links and the actual stretching of the front axle. So this is how it's gonna sit. I'm gonna go ahead and close this video out, and next time we're gonna do the links and it'll be running and driving.